Every day, millions of people around the world use whey protein in their diets. It comes from cow's milk and goes through a bunch of steps in factories to become a high-quality protein powder. But have you ever wondered how they make more than 10,000 bottles of whey protein every day? From the farms to the factory, let's find out the secrets behind making one of the most famous supplements. Whey protein comes from cow's milk, the liquid part that separates when they make cheese. It used to be seen as waste, but now it's a popular protein source. Technology got better, and we found ways to turn it into useful products. The process starts on farms where they have cows just for making milk. They believe happy and healthy cows make good milk, and good milk is the first step in making top-notch protein supplements. A cow gives about 30 liters of milk a day, and they milk them twice with machines. During milking, the milk comes out, full of nutrients like proteins, fats, carbs, and minerals. They keep it in refrigerated tanks to stay fresh. These tanks keep the milk cold to stop bacteria from growing and keep the quality up. The milk then travels from the farm to the cheese factory. They use refrigerated trucks to keep it cool during the journey. At the factory, they check if the milk is good enough before they start making things. The fresh milk sits in refrigerated tanks until it's ready to be processed. Before they heat the milk, they make sure it's fresh and good to eat. They pump the milk through a pipe to a heater, where it warms up to about 60 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. This kills harmful bacteria, making the milk safe to drink. After heating, they cool it down to 4 degrees Celsius quickly to keep the quality and taste right. They watch the temperature carefully to make sure it stays in the right range. After heating, the milk goes to a special unit to separate its parts. They use machines to separate the solid part, called curd, from the liquid part, called whey. Some extra steps may happen to get rid of fats and minerals, making the whey purer. Microfiltration and cross-flow filtration are ways to make the whey protein even cleaner. The next step is essential. They use a natural process with low temperatures to separate the protein from fats and lactose, making a strong liquid whey with less fat and other stuff. Now comes the evaporation part. The liquid whey goes into machines that take out extra water. This happens at a controlled temperature to not harm the proteins. The temperature can change, but they usually keep it low to keep the protein quality high. Evaporation slowly takes out water, turning it into vapor, while proteins and other solids stay concentrated. After most of the water is gone, they dry the liquid whey even more. Drying means using hot and cold air to turn the concentrated liquid into powder. Hot air helps remove water, and cold air cools it down. This makes sure the final product is in powder form with very little moisture left. After drying, they use a sieve to get rid of any big pieces, making sure the powder is all the same size. Once that's done, they put the whey powder into a mixer to remove any last bits of moisture and make it all mixed together. Then it gets packed into bags to sell to stores. The bags travel to the protein factory, the biggest one in the world, working non-stop every day. It handles hundreds of tons of whey protein, making thousands of products. In their giant warehouse, sacks of whey protein powder arrive daily. From there, they move the materials to the weighing room. Here, they weigh all the stuff and make sure everything is broken down properly through a fine sieve. This makes it easy to mix. The whey protein powder goes to the mixing area, where they add different flavors to make each product taste unique and yummy. After mixing, the powdered protein gets placed on a conveyor belt, and an automatic machine fills containers with the right amount of protein. A worker uses a vacuum hose to move the protein from bags to the filling machine, making sure each container has the same amount. After filling, each container gets weighed to check if it has the right amount of whey protein powder. The containers move along the belt to the next stage, where another worker puts a measuring spoon in each one and closes the lid. Visual checks happen to make sure the product looks good and doesn't have anything weird in it. Every container gets labeled with important info like the name, nutritional details, how to use it, when it expires, and the batch number. Once labeling is done, a worker puts a plastic ring into each container's lid. Then, the containers go to a machine that uses heat to seal the plastic rings tightly. This ensures the product stays fresh. The filled and checked containers go into boxes, making it easy to move them around. If you're curious to learn more, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications to keep learning. Thanks for watching.